Okay, let's dive right into this. Look, every single one of us is feeling a massive shift right now, no matter what industry we're in. We're living in an era where technology is literally moving faster than our human ability to adapt, especially with this sudden, massive explosion of artificial intelligence. Honestly, it often feels like we're just wandering through a modern tech wilderness, doesn't it? But what if you had a seasoned guide to help you cut through all that noise?
Well, it forces us to ask a pretty difficult question. Is your technology actually empowering you, or is it completely overwhelming you? This hits right at the core of a massive pain point for professionals today. You have these brilliant doctors, C-suite executives, and founders who are absolute rock stars in their fields. But instead of focusing on their actual life's work, healing patients or growing a business, they're getting totally distracted and bogged down. They're dealing with rapid technological changes, constant software updates, and this overwhelming pressure of exactly how to adopt AI. And this is where our source material introduces a seriously fascinating solution, embodied by a specific individual, Arvind Pandya. His approach is incredibly refreshing. He doesn't just act like your standard break-fix technician. Instead, he positions himself as your personal technology support friend, your trusted advisor, trainer, and problem solver. Arvind really represents the ultimate guide in this whole technological narrative. In a world that is completely obsessed with machines and code, he brings a distinctly human-centric approach that introduces absolute calm to technological chaos. So the crucial point here is the stark contrast to traditional IT support. We've all experienced the old way, haven't we? It's heavily hardware-focused, entirely reactive, and usually buried in so much technical jargon it literally just gives you a headache. But a global tech advisor like Arvind totally flips that model. Operating with the premium standards of an Apple brand ambassador, his approach is completely human-centered, proactive, deeply patient, and intensely business-focused. He doesn't just ask, hey, is it plugged in? He actually asks, how does this tool help your business grow? And look, Arvind isn't just resetting passwords in some quiet back office. He has extensive experience supporting incredibly demanding users who expect nothing less than world-class service. We are talking about premium customer environments here, specifically serving in Apple-focused roles within the really high-stakes cruise industry. Just imagine trying to resolve a critical tech issue for a VIP guest while fluting right in the middle of the ocean. That kind of premium pressure requires an immense amount of patience, stellar relationship management, and absolute grace under fire. And this brilliantly illustrates the sheer scope of who he helps. One minute, he might be helping a hospital administrator secure mission-critical medical operations, and the very next, he's streamlining a creative professional's Apple workflow or advising a startup founder on scaling their infrastructure. Adapting to this vast array of demanding professionals is really what sharpens his ability to instantly identify root causes. He doesn't just treat the symptom, right? He delivers practical solutions that actually stick, no matter who he's helping. Now, the numbers behind his track record are genuinely mind-blowing when it comes to establishing authority. For more than 2 decades, Arvind has been right there in the trenches, helping people solve technology problems, improve their productivity, and adopt completely new tools with total confidence. Let's be real, 2 decades in the tech world is practically 2 centuries in any other industry. He has literally seen the evolution of digital workspaces firsthand. Then there's the sheer scale of his impact, 40,000. Over the course of his career, he has personally trained over 40,000 people. Can you imagine? Conducting onboarding, coaching, workshops, and hands-on learning sessions for that many individuals, ranging from complete beginners to highly advanced professionals. It's made him an absolute master at making complex technology totally approachable. He knows exactly how real people interact with their devices out in the real world. And here's the final staggering metric. He has helped resolve more than 100,000 technology-related issues. That insane volume of troubleshooting interactions has given him a legendary, almost instinctual ability to diagnose problems at lightning speed. Whether it's a software glitch, a complete hardware failure, a totally messy workflow, or just some friction with user adoption, his goal is always immediate: restore productivity and reduce frustration. Because he's truly seen it all, his clients never actually have to panic. Let's move to and see how this builds his approach for the modern era. How does all this deep, traditional experience translate to today? Well, it's really all about bridging 2 worlds. On one side, he has this rock-solid foundation in the Apple ecosystem, Mac deployment, and IT infrastructure. But what makes him remarkably relevant right now is how seamlessly he bridges that foundation with the future: AI consulting, prompt engineering, and holistic business transformation. He isn't just keeping the lights on, he's actively showing businesses how to use artificial intelligence responsibly and effectively to take a massive leap forward.
Now, what's really interesting about this is his specific vision for the future, which he calls Next Radical. Next Radical is defined as a vision of practical innovation encompassing AI adoption, digital transformation, and business process improvement. I want you to notice the word practical there. Actually, scratch that. It's absolutely central to the whole concept. It is not about chasing every shiny new tech trend. It's about looking at a hospital, a creative agency, or a startup and saying, okay, here is exactly how we adopt AI and digital tools to actually improve your specific daily processes. He prepares his clients for the next wave of innovation safely and smartly. So why do clients ultimately choose a trusted advisor over, say, a faceless IT ticketing system? Well, it comes down to a really simple three-part methodology. First, he builds trust by actually learning your business and understanding your unique goals. Second, he provides simple, practical recommendations in plain language, no confusing jargon whatsoever. And third, he focuses on creating long-term value over time. You see, Arvind doesn't just want to fix a broken email server today. He wants to build a lasting, empathetic partnership that scales right alongside your business as it grows.
All of this leads to a really provocative question I want you to genuinely ask yourself today. Are you ready to stop fighting your technology and start innovating with it? Because at the end of the day, that is the real shift we've explored in this explainer. If you're an executive, a doctor, or a business owner currently bogged down by your tech stack or anxious about how to implement AI, listen, you do not have to navigate that wilderness alone. Having a trusted, seasoned advisor like Irvin Panea literally transforms technology from a daily headache into your greatest competitive advantage. Definitely something to think about. Thanks so much for joining me, and keep learning.